Today we're going to be taking a look at Spirit Box EP by Flying Lotus. It's an EP that I have been very much enjoying as of recently, just happened to stumble upon it. And I thought I'd do a quick little review, very quick little review. It's only 5 songs, 28 minutes long, and that is with 3 instrumentals that we're not going to really cover because it's the same song, just with obviously just the instrumentals. So basically we have 5 songs here, and it's about, what is this, 13, 14, 15 minutes long. But yeah, Flying Lotus, just recently stumbled upon him. Pretty dope production-based artist. Get some nice people to come on for the vocals, and yeah, it's fucking dope-ass little EP here, so let's just run through it. First song we got Ajhussi. Ajhussi? I hope. Alright. Yeah, so Ajhussi, first song, I mean, it's an awesome song, man. It is undeniably catchy. It is intriguing. The layered production is honestly just perfect. You can't really distinguish any awkward bits or sounds that may or may not fit accordingly. Like, it all sounds like it's meshed together very nicely. There's nice bass that you can kind of hear, and just nice little synthy pop sounding piano notes that are just fucking keeps you intrigued, bro. Like, it sounds like something that would play at like a hotel bar lobby for like a 5-star resort hotel, and they only have like $40 cocktails, and they're just the most absurd cocktails you've ever seen in your entire life. And the only person that's sitting there drinking is like some guy who's on his laptop just working for some reason, and it's like 10 p.m. at night. That's where this puts me. I don't know if I'm off base, but that is exactly where this song puts me. It is fucking dope. So I like the little vocal, like, it's not saying anything, it's just like, but man, it sounds good. I love it. This is an A song for me for sure. Ajhussi also, Ajhussi, I hope I'm saying that right, but whatever. It has such a grand entrance, which I love too. Like, it just sounds like an upbringing of something, and then it just hits you with the ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-bum. You know, it's fucking awesome. And then the exit also is just a nice flow out of it too. So I think all around the thing comes together. It's just a beautiful song, and it's great. Next up, we got Garmonbozia. Fuck, I don't know if I'll ever pronounce these right, bro. Yeah, another phenomenal track. Garmonbozia is going to be an A tier for me. I think the production sounds quite grand throughout the entire thing. The bass, the boom, 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 boom. And then there's just like a really sick, like, synth production bridge, synthy piano sounding production bridge that just sounds very sparkly and kind of euphoric. And then it just ties together nicely with almost the dark, like, it's, the production sounds so grand and upgoing, but the lyrics and the vocals are very like down and kind of curious, I guess you could say. Kind of makes you wonder like what's going on. But yeah, fuck, another A. I love the song. I think it's a bop for sure. Next up, we got Let Me Cook.
You looking malnourished, let me feed you the remedy. Too much flavor, got you shook. Don't be shocked when I cook. Too much flavor, got you shook.
Alright, Let Me Cook. Once again, I think this song is great. in the A tier for me. I think the production again is just kind of like a smooth jazz R&B type vibe, and then the locals here or the vocals here from Don Richard are just phenomenal and kind of just fit the vibe perfectly. This is more of like a song type vibe. Like there's lyrics throughout the whole thing, where the other two were kind of more production cuts. But I love the lines here. If I'm understanding this correctly, it says, "I'm like Reese in her first season in the Actually, one second. All right, here we go. Here it says, "I'm like Reese in her first season in the pros. It's giving jealousy and you press, everybody knows." I'm pretty sure that's a call out to Angel Reese and how she's always jealous of Caitlin Clark, and that she continuously tries to compare herself to Caitlin Clark, where she is nowhere near the skill level or the draw that Caitlin Clark is. So I think that's a great line. The only thing is like the "let me cook." It just reminds me of the fucking TikTok meme, like, "Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook.
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook."
Maybe I'm just a brain rot idiot, but yeah, every time I hear that, I'm just like, God, let him cook now. But other than just a few, other than that at all, I think nonetheless this song's still A tier. "Let Me Cook" also reminds me of like walking into like an indie pizza restaurant for some reason that like is like super underground, and they only have like, only like a few hundred people know about it, and you walk in and everyone just kind of looks at you. There's like a guy in the back just working his ass off flipping pizzas around, and yeah, you just don't really feel like you belong. I don't know. That might be oddly specific, but that's like where it puts me. Like just walking in and it's just like an underground pizza spot. I don't know why, but that's where I am. So next up we got the Lost Girls. There's only 2 more songs left, so it's pretty easy to kind of get through this one, but nonetheless, the Lost Girls. Alright, this part of the song really puts me in like White Lotus, and shit's about to go down. Like it's just coming to the point where the plot is about to tell itself, and what like we've been following for the whole season is about to be revealed. Like just the main character's dripping sweat, something's about to go down. Yeah, I think so. You could also say that it sounds like a little midsummery, like where they show happy, but there's like kind of darkness going on behind the scenes, like where she's running around with all the people, and like you can tell that she's like panicking, but there's also like some euphoria about it. That's how it feels. Yeah, I love that part of the song. I just think it sounds like so... It's almost like an intense fear sounding moment where like, oh God, something is about to happen, but like you can't really put your finger on what the problem is. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels for me. I also think this is an A song. I think Sid Saram, pretty sure that's how you say it, Sriram, Saram. Sid Saram, I think, has a great vocal performance, and she kind of just flows nicely with the beat. Other than the parts that I've kind of stopped and talked about, the beginning and end, like in between the intense moments, or I guess the sandwich of the intense moments, it sounds so jungly and almost like, I don't know, just it puts me in a jungle for some reason, and just like, yeah. I don't know. There's nothing really more to say than that. It puts me in a jungle for some reason. But yeah, I think this is great. It's probably not on the same level for me as the other 3 so far, but I still think it's a great song. Next up, we got Ingo Swann. Okay, there's this sick thing that happens when you listen to the song with headphones. There's a little egg shaker. Fucking, I don't know. If you don't know what that is, that's basically like a miniature... What are these things fucking called? Shirakas? Shirak? Oh my god, what are they called? Maracas. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Yeah, they're basically like mini maracas, like shaky things that have like sand or rice or whatever in them. But this one sounds specifically more like an egg, like smaller. And it starts like at one side of the headphones and it literally feels like it's moving like this to the other side. It's dope. If you have headphones, definitely check that out and see if you like. Yeah, Ingo Swann, again, I think it's so catchy. I think the synthy kind of notes that come in throughout it are super like catchy as well. They sound great. That egg thing that I was discussing, so cool. How it feels like it's being like passed around you from side to side. It's kind of like some bilateral stimulation. If you haven't done that, it's pretty good anti-anxiety method. But yeah, I think this fucking EP is awesome, man. I recommend it. It makes me feel poor. I don't know if that makes sense, but when I listen to this, I feel like I don't belong. Like this music would play in a place where they wouldn't let me in, I feel like, or at like a really bougie hookah bar. So yeah, I this is great. It's only 5 songs, so that's kind of the end. So this Spirit Box EP by Flying Lotus, I definitely recommend you guys check him out. And I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out for more of his stuff because I think his production is great. I think he has some very creative ideas layered within too that I have never really seen before. Granted, I haven't listened to a ton of this type of like R&B, house type music, but yeah, I think this has just a good mixture of all of it. There's some, intense, fearful moments that I kind of talked about with the Lost Girls, and then there's just some nice vocal performances as well. Layered within that with Sid Saram and also Don Richard on Let Me Cook. So yeah, I think from start to finish, this thing is great. Again, it's very short, it's very small, but nonetheless, this is an A for me, and this is where we're at. This is tiny. I got to enlarge this so we can fucking see what's going on, I guess. What the fuck is this? Okay, let me see if I can fix it. Bam! Looks like shit, but there we go. So, yeah. Spirit Box EP by White Lotus. Super short little project here, but it's an A for me, boys, and that's a review.